Cesar, the crowd pleaser. If you need to pick me up, ladies, we gon' change your demeanor. Cesar, the crowd pleaser. We gon' do a little dance, we gon' make the naysayers believe us. Hey girl, had a long day, you tired from work. Throw me some dollars and I'll remove my shirt. You can touch me too, these are the perks. Free yourself, lose your mind and go berserk, and go berserk, and go berserk, and go berserk.
Make way for the bad guy.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back for another episode of Crowd Pleaser, the podcast that brings you the inside scoop on what it takes to be a male entertainer in today's age. I'm your host, Cesar the Crowd Pleaser, and with me on the line is the king of North, South, West, Central, East Hood, Texas, Mandingo Jones. How you doing, brother?
Doing great. I am doing great. Thank you once again for a proper introduction.
I do what I can, man. I do what I can. Like, don't get me wrong, Discovery Channel's not going to be hiring me anytime soon, but I like to fit the part.
They might with those descriptive skills.
Though I gotta admit, I really do have to record you introducing me in your native tongue so I can throw that on my mixes, because I think it's pretty legit, not even gonna lie.
Shoot, I can record it and send it.
Yeah. Welcome to the stage, a good friend of mine. So,
ladies, you have to get ready, because you put your hands together for this man right here.
Oh, that's so good. It's so good. Let me know in the comments below, guys, if you think that should be my intro every time I go up on stage. But this is episode 64, and today we're going to be talking about branding. Something that's quite important nowadays, considering that everyone can be self-made thanks to social media. But before we get into it, I will mention my Patreon, our Patreon, patreon.com/crowdpleaser, where you can give back to the show that gives a little something to you. You can sign up for as little as $1 a show, and it helps keep the lights on, helps pay for hosting fees, editing fees, and things like that. So it's really appreciative. Once again, it's completely voluntarily. The show will always be free, but if you want to help out a little bit behind the scenes, it is greatly appreciated, and you get all kinds of neat perks. Like, for example, today I am going to be mailing out various prints from my last photo shoots. So yeah, that's something to look into. Next up, we have LaBare Dallas. This is where we operate 5 nights a week, Wednesday to Sunday, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. We are the #1 ladies' destination for all things enjoyable and fun and people watching E. So come out, check it out. It is a great time. And lastly, I want to mention Twitch, twitch.tv/Jedi_EJ, where I stream every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday mornings, where you guys can hang out and kick it with me and just kind of see what's up and talk. One last thing, my bad. One last thing I do want to mention is back on our Patreon, I like to give a shout out to a special patron every time we're on the show. So this show's Patreon is Billy Middleton. Billy, you rock. Thank you so much for your contributions. I really appreciate it. Helps keep the show running. So with that being said, Dingo, do you have anything you want to mention? Any events or anything like that? I believe you got a birthday coming up, right?
Yeah, actually, I'm planning my birthday for the 26th of October at LaBare Dallas. I'm just going to pick a theme, get it rolling, get my flyer, and then get it out to everybody, and I'm going to share it. I'm going to make an event. I'm going to invite on Facebook anybody that wants to go or is interested. Please click that you are going or interested, and, let's have a ball. This is my first time organizing anything for the LaBare venue. I've only just been a guest. So for the first time, outside of DJing, I'll be a host. And I'm excited about it. So, yeah, I guess as soon as I pick a theme, everybody's going to know.
Well, how do you feel about doing that right now on the show? I got feedback that people liked it when we just kind of like shoot from the hip. So do you want to try to open and discuss shit on the show, or do you want to leave it for an offline discussion?
Discuss my birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. We can discuss.
All right. So do you have any themes that you had in mind that you've been kind of spitballing, or no?
Well, at the end of the day, it is Halloween time. But I'm assuming there's already a Halloween party. So I kind of I'm having that issue right now. I've thought about a couple of different themes, but it's just they're all so thrown off by the actual season and the time, you know? Like somebody mentioned somebody online mentioned jungle, and I'm like, yo, that would be awesome if it was in May or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I mean, what about that whole like Christmas in July thing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, isn't what's that Nightmare Before Christmas, right? That's a Halloween movie for Christmas. Like, I mean, we could do something like that.
yeah, I mean, my brain was not working in that direction. I guess it was not working that way.
All right, well, we can pick something else. You don't have to go with that. That's all
Well,
we're
no, no, no.
spitballing it.
Well, no. I'm just saying, like, I didn't see that. I didn't see what you just saw. Is what I'm saying. Like, as far as like, I didn't. That's not one of the first things that came to my mind when we were talking about like. I'm having trouble putting this properly. I think what I'm trying to say is, I wanted it to be as straightforward and simple yet very enjoyable. You know what I mean? Because I want the women to have a great time. I want the women to dress up and have fun, like, you know. And the thing is, this is dress up season coming up soon. My birthday time, dress up season.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? Trying to coincide and cross everything over properly. So it's the 26th, and I believe we're going to be having a Halloween party, a separate LaBare Halloween party on the 31st, Thursday. Am I correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, then. So, I mean, we could just have two Halloween parties, except one is a Halloween and birthday party, and the other one, however, you know what I'm saying? It like, does that not sound kind of chaotic? Where you have the same party. Well, it's not the same party, but you get what I mean. Like, does that?
Well, okay. Well, then how about if you keep the theme a little simple? What if we go something with like a color?
Yeah,
Where like
that's also an option.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, Purple Rain Birthday or something like that.
I actually was thinking purple party. I do like the color purple, not just the movie, the actual color. It's one of my top fives, I'd say.
You know what I mean? Or maybe Velvet Party. That sounds good. Something that people will be comfortable wearing and we don't mind dancing on. Is that a thing?
Velvet is an option. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't even have to be a color. A velvet party. Ooh, a lingerie party. Ooh, yeah.
No,
something like that.
No. I already think too many women come to the club wearing not enough. I definitely don't want to encourage that kind of behavior.
We almost just had a lingerie party though, didn't we? Now that I think about it, we had one like. Oh, it was a pajama party, right?
Yeah, that was PJs. That was actually like comfy and funny and comfortable and tasteful. I don't know. I don't trust. I mean, for crying out loud, man.
Strike one.
What?
That was my first strike.
Oh, no. I wouldn't go that far. I don't think it was a strike. I mean, it's perfectly all right. That's been done. I mean, y'all's club did it. I don't think it's wrong. I don't know. I'm conservative. What can I tell you, man? Like,
You are.
Like a couple months
It
ago,
is,
or shoot, it's probably over a year ago now, but back when it was in style to wear like super high-waisted, like almost under-bust waisted leg jeans or leggings or whatever, and then a bra. Oh man, I couldn't stand that.
Oh, the high waist. Yeah. That's still going on.
Is it? Oh, geez.
Not really with a bra. There's more to it now. Like
yeah, you would think so, because a bra is underwear.
Yes, a bra is underwear, and that's what they were showing.
Mm-hmm.
But they also, I think now people are wearing them high-waisted jeans with like shorts, crop tops, spaghetti, like everything they were wearing regular jeans and shorts with earlier, before that.
Sweet baby Jesus.
But Velvet Party sounds really good. See, the thing about me is whenever I try to make a party, I try to make an act that, like, you know what I'm saying, coincides with the theme as well.
Yeah.
That's where it gets, like, messy for me because, and I know you understand because you like things to line up properly. It's like I would feel kind of like I can't just give us this theme and then not have an act to go with it.
I mean,
I'm sure I could. I'm confident that I could. It's not. I don't think I want to.
fair.
Like I don't want to do that. Would I? Maybe, but it depends on the situation. It'll take a lot of deliberation. But either way, as long as the girls are happy, the end, I don't have that much to be mad about.
True.
So a velvet party sounds great. That actually is a really, really, really good idea.
Well, I mean, the thing is too, the costumes for it would be comfortable for you all for whatever you decide to put together on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be a little hot to dance on stage, but it's got replayability as well. It ends up being something like, for example, my Khal Drogo. I really can only do that costume for that one skit. You know what I'm saying? I guess I could pull off like a random barbarian, but you know, and on the real, it's only for that one skit. But you come up with something like some kind of velvet costume or outwear, you can use that across multiple acts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I already have that one red velvet piece.
Yeah, and then see, there you go. And then if someone wanted to do something snazzy in theme, they can make you like a red velvet cake for your birthday.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
So, I don't know. Do you want to leave it with this, or do you want to brainstorm a little more?
Well, I'm sure there are also other very, very, very good options out there. Heavyweight contenders for the title of my birthday theme.
Football season.
That's true. Man,
What? Go ahead, say it.
man, hold up. Because the thing is, yeah, I thought about that, but for me to put an act together like that, that's going to take me more time because I know how detailed I'm going to want that to be. And if I'm doing that theme, that act's happening. It's just like that act. I can't do a football theme and not do an act. It won't sit right with me.
Well, shoot, man. Now I kind of feel like you should do it. You're a phenomenal creator and entertainer. It would be exciting to see what you put together with something that you're passionate about. You got time. Just burn the midnight oil.
Well, it's a little bit more to it than that. Another thing that kind of pushes me away from going that direction is we had a guy in San Antonio. He was very what football? It was Remember the Titans. We do Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
And it was good. I remember now that I think about how good that act was. Yeah, act was really good, but I feel like it would parallel it too much in my mind how I'm thinking of it. Now I can create and go outside of it, but then again, the acquisition of everything I need, that's something else. I wanted to do something again with lights because I actually have
football shoulder pads with light beams coming out of them. Oh, that would be so dope. So dope.
I mean, I have like the rugby pads that you wear underneath the football pads, but I have those clouds on them. That's what those are. That's football stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what those are. There's no lights on those, but I mean, there's time to put lights on them. But I mean, I already have I have a full one that is got lights on the top part. However, I have enough for 5 guys already with that. So I was considering doing something with that. I just didn't know what. The costumes are so specific. I mean, they all got styrofoam. They got the white stuffing on them. They got like the little blue and white paint on them already. Mm-hmm. I have 2 extra larges and I have 2 larges. They run tight anyway, so they're gonna fit anyone in the locker room pretty much. Mm-hmm. I don't have my levitation wand because it broke.
Bro, I mean, I'm starting to think I think you really should do it, bro. Like, think about it, man. Like, no one has seen anything like that in Dallas. Like, I did a football routine way back when for Van, but That's Van. He hasn't been dancing in over a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Man, I don't know, bro. I really think you should do it, man. I think the crowd will really like it.
I think they would too.
And, because if it overlaps a little bit with somebody, that's fine. Like, it's a football act. There's only so many ways you can reinvent the football. But, like, you're going to have your own twist to it. It's going to have your flavor on it. I don't know, man. I kind of think you should, bro. Especially since it, like, already sparked a reaction in you just mentioning it.
Oh, that's because I played football for... Shoot.
Too long.
Yeah, for a long time. I mean, I didn't start till 8th grade, but then I played through, like, till I was, like, 23, 24, so...
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, that's something to consider, but... Whew, the acquisition, man.
Plus, you have a support structure that'll help you. You know, you just throw out the alert, the notification, like, hey, y'all, I want to do this. I'm just in a position right now where, like, stressed for time, if you can help me out. And then...
Okay. If, and this is a big if because I know how it works, but if somebody came to me and was like, yo, I got you. Whatever you need, I'll make this happen so you can do this. If somebody came to me and was like, I will get all this that you need, then that would be the light shining through the window that tells me to do it. Give me a sign! And then a light shines through the window on a little object that was sitting next to you that you haven't been paying attention to. If that, like that, but I don't have that much time to deliberate on making that, I'm picking that theme and all that. So I know it's set towards the end of October, and hold on, drawing a blank. I know it's towards the end of October, and we're about to be smack dab in the middle of August.
Yeah, that's normally the way the days work. I can agree with that.
So I'll have a whole month of solid promotion if I decided within a couple of weeks and that happened. But I really wanted to start like next week. Whatever I pick, that flyer can get made like that. My flyer guy on deck, I'd be like, yo. That's the sound of me texting.
It really is. That's exactly how he texts too. Straight up.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
It also sounds like if you put a tiny microphone on a centipede and it's walking around.
All right. It's a technique. All right, so we got our top two. Well, let's figure out one more. And then we'll brainstorm a little something.
So velvet, football, and then what? What else?
Masquerade is another one that we could put together in short notice, but it's kind of been overdone.
I know. I was talking to somebody about that the other day. I was talking to Juicy J about that the other day. Not the Juicy J, but the J Juice, man. So I was talking to him about it, and it came up, but I wasn't super motivated to do it. It was just kind of like, yeah, it's there if I need it, but it's not something I want to have to pull into the bag of themes and be like, this one is the one. Like, that's not what's going through my mind when I hear that. Not right now.
No doubt. What else we got? Let me think. I mean, just because, well, we already did a Western act, and I like voodoo, but I think it'd be a little hard for people to dress up voodoo.
Mm-hmm.
We already did a superhero party.
We already did a Western act?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean in September coming up?
Nathan, and then Brandy's. So, yeah.
I thought about it, and I was like, man, I'll just say the outlaw. Neither of them were outlaws.
True story.
Neither of them are outlaws. Taylor Cole and I are the outlaws of the group, and Dominic sometimes.
I mean, you can do one of those. No, never mind. Because I was thinking of like poodle. What is it? Poodle skirts and something. Oh, what is it? It's two things. And I'm drawing a blank right now. You know what I'm talking about? Is it sweaters and poodle skirts or something like that? But once again, that's more for the ladies to dress up than really you have a theme per se.
I wish the population. I don't know. This could be possible if it is. Maybe I'm just clueless. But I wish there was a larger female population of anime fans.
Oh man, but that would be hard to dress up as too, though.
Not if they're dedicated anime fans. They'll figure it out.
Fair.
That's
You
what I'm saying.
ain't
They
wrong.
have to be dedicated. They have to be dedicated. No, that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like too much has to go right.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. That's for sure.
It says, man, one more theme, huh? So, Masquerade out of the picture. Jungle. I mean, it's a doable theme, but I don't really.
Do you like scary movies? Because that kind of goes with the Halloween thing. So you do like scary movies or mass murderers and stuff like that. Everyone dresses up like Freddy and Jason and.
I thought about something along the lines of something really like just overall spooky, I guess. But man, I was gonna get intense if I did something like, man, I'm trying to think of what particular character I'd want to emulate.
What about Scooby-Doo?
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
Then girls can dress up like Thelma and Daphne.
That's actually pretty dope. That is a dope idea. But how simple you think that's a simple? I mean, who's gonna? Where? Okay, so they'll have to go acquisition a burnt orange skirt, and then they'll have to acquisition a tangerine sweater.
Hey man, you just said it. Ladies are creative, bro.
Yeah, they'll make it do what it do. Or they could dress up as one of the monsters that get caught.
Yeah. I knew it was Old Man Winkle.
I knew it was him. He spent the whole time I knew. That's a good idea, but
I mean, and then you could go as serious or as funny as you wanted to with the skit. Plus, I mean, the costumes are already made. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to like kind of put the costume together from scratch. You already know what you got to look for. You just got to put the costume together.
For Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
So who would I be then?
Shoot, man, with that hair, I'd be Shaggy.
I mean,
see, look at that. And you can even throw the twist. You can start off with Shaggy from Scooby-Doo and then finish with Shaggy the singer.
Yeah, that actually is a good idea. Dang, that's a great idea.
You can do a remix back and forth between the two, like a little montage. That'd be dope, bro. What? And then which one of the dudes wouldn't mind dressing up like Scooby-Doo running around in the crowd? You know what I'm saying? Trying to get them Scooby snacks.
Man. That's great.
I mean, it's a thing, bro.
It is.
So, all right. So I think
it's
we have
far-fetched, but it's a thing.
It's not a far-fetched. We work at LaBare. Nothing's far-fetched at LaBare. You know this. Are you kidding me? You shared a stage with someone that did an Elmo act.
Yeah, you're right.
I was going up after him, so I didn't see the routine, but I heard some things. I heard it was hilarious, and I heard that it ruined some childhoods and all kinds of things in between.
I'll tell you one thing, that guy never held back as an entertainer.
True.
He never, ever.
No doubt.
Ever held back. Not one time. Even now when he comes and makes some appearances, he'll just be like, they'll just be quiet, chilling, minding his business, asking how things are going, updating us how things are going in his life, and then boom, handspring.
That's how it goes down, huh?
Yeah, just all right. I'm gonna go on stage now. Boom, handspring. Boom, shimmy. Boom, fire staff. Boom. Like he's got to be one of the best I've ever seen. Just plain and simple. And that's not just because I was starting. Even after analyzing it as I've been in the game for a while now.
Yeah.
He is
You're
one of
able
the
to
best.
assess and make your own opinion of it.
He is one of the best I've ever seen. He will make that act happen some way or another, and he will have 107 more. That's one reason why I try to have as many as I can in my holster. He was one of the ones.
Yeah, for real. Like, when you forget how many acts you have, you know you're in good shape, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, wait. I also have this. There is an act I haven't done in a really long time, and I can send you the audio and then have you assess how that can work into something kind of Halloweenish. But I probably adjust it a little bit. However, the way I made it was very... Oh, man. This act and the Pirates act are the two acts that I have probably done the most work making.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down. The most cutting I've done. And I got second at a strip off with the Pirate act, and I got first at a strip off with the other one. And I'm talking about that you haven't heard.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to, it's just, man, I do have some options. Honestly, I could. So we gonna go with Scooby as the third choice?
I don't know. You gonna tell me what this other act is, or are you gonna hold me in suspense?
I named it Beast because of the nature of it.
All right.
It's very it's got a lot of
Discovery Channel.
It's got wolves howling in it and animal sounds and people getting. Ooh.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, dressing in theme of an animal isn't that difficult. I think
No, not at all, not at all. But that's what I was thinking.
It can be done fairly simple. I would like to think.
Mandingo Jones, welcome to the jungle. Birthday bash.
I like it. Rumble in the jungle. You know what I'm saying?
Rumble or welcome to the jungle?
I like them
Rumble.
both. Do multiple. Make 2 flyers. Make 3 flyers.
Rumble sounds like I'm gonna come out as Rambo.
I mean, you're gonna ram something.
Are you sure about that?
Just saying, we do work at LaBare.
Oh yeah. Voice over initiated.
All right. So, what are you gonna lock in the beast or what's up? Because then we got to start thinking about costuming and themes and stuff like that.
That's a heavy possibility there. That's a heavy possibility there because I can probably manage that.
Okay, so how big is the routine gonna be? Is it solo? Is it 3-man? Is it 4? Is it 5?
Definitely not solo. It's gonna be at least 3 or 5. More than likely 3, but
yeah, I think for the sake of our stage, I think you kind of have to go with 3, because our
stage.
stage.
Oh no! Y'all have a 5-man stage. That stage in Fort Lauderdale, you got to go with 3. Y'all got a 5-man stage.
Fair. You ain't wrong.
Miami, 3. That it's as big as the dresser I'm looking at right now. That's about this big.
Yeah.
That's an exaggeration, but
I'm picking up.
I think if I went to the edge of their stage, and then put my hand up, and then went to the middle, and then put my hand out towards the middle, and then went to the other side, and put my hands out, my left hand out toward the middle of their stage. I'm kind of far. Can you hear me? I'm kind of far from the mic.
Yeah, you're a little far.
Well, how about now? Can you hear me more?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's that gain. All right, so
remember, the only people that are seeing us are the people on the Patreon, so everyone else can only hear us. So
Yeah. That's why I'm saying I was further from the mic, so I increased the volume for my example.
Okay, got you.
So, so I think if I could somehow duplicate myself, or just two tall people stand on the edge of the stage and then point their hands, extend their arms towards the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could almost touch. Depends on how tall they are, but they could probably. There's probably not much room. It might be a slight exaggeration. It might be. All right. 2 professional basketball players will not fit on that stage. 3 professional basketball players at least will fit on ours.
All right, fair.
That's the best I can do right now.
Okay, so how many people do you want? How many people do you want? Do you want 3?
What?
Do you want 5?
I don't want to deal with having to teach 5 people. I'd rather just do 3.
Okay, well there you go. That's part of the answer. So we got 3 people. What are the costumes? What are we wearing? What's up?
I don't know.
What did you wear?
Oh, it was more like this was just all black. It was like a black
Panther?
leather.
Black Mamba?
Ish. Black Panther-ish.
Black Jesus?
Oh, wait, they can't see me. I made a face. I made one of those faces with like an eyebrow raise, like, yes. But then I was like, oh, wait, they can't see me. So, I originally wore and my backups were like black jeans. It was basically like a black and silver theme. So they had like black jeans. I had a leather vest on. They were all shirtless. They had like black and silver accessories, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of dark gothy look.
So they're wearing something similar to you then?
Yes, but I was the only one with that mask with the spikes. I had that on. I had some contacts. I'm never doing that again. I absolutely hate it. I hate putting things on my eyes. And then I had, dang. That's what I had that I don't have anymore. I had these 2 gauntlets that were just spiked out. And they belonged to if we were a video game, this guy I'm about to mention is an unlockable character on the game.
Okay.
The first guy was too. I'm gonna just say his name. The first guy, Cherokee, was too. Unlockable character. Unlockable character. You have to beat the game on hard to get him. That's how good he is. This next guy, Draven. Remember Draven?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah. He well, I borrowed these from him for this act. Man, I tell you what, these were some of the best freaking gauntlets I ever had on. He was a little bit bigger, so they were a little big on me, but not to where it was like that noticeable or where it like slipped around or anything. They stayed where they needed to.
Gotcha.
And if I could find a picture of them, I'll send it to you. I'll share it. But I have an older. Yeah, there's an older picture that I have in my newly destroyed tablet. Yeah. Okay.
Good talk.
Well, if I can find this picture, then I'll show it to you. But these gauntlets were just amazing. They went from my wrist down to almost the bottom of my forearm, and there were spikes all around it, just all the way out.
Oh, that sounds dope.
Yeah, they were really, really good, really authentic looking. I believe he has them now.
So all right. So then how do we get you a pair of those?
I don't have to use those. It was just for how I used the act the first time. I can alter it.
I mean the excitement that you got out of it. Like I feel like that would transfer into the routine on stage.
Oh no, you know it would.
So what's up? Like what are we? Do we have to Amazon it? Do we have to send someone on a hunt? Like what's the dealio?
I think I have to kill the Nemean lion. I think that's what I have to do. I have to travel to Greece.
All right. Well, do you?
Nah, I think
I'm pretty sure. Can we make that flight happen in 6 weeks?
I'm pretty sure that was custom. So, I would have to find out how much it costs. So I would have to find out where he got it from. He's a hard man to get in touch with nowadays. I don't think I can contact. I haven't seen him in a while, but I might know somebody who knows how to get a hold of him.
Mm-hmm.
Guess.
If not, maybe I can do it. I mean, I did cosplay for a little while, so if you can get me a decent picture of what you want, I could probably piece it together. Honestly.
You have something that can punch holes in leather?
Yes, I do, actually. So yeah, we can make this happen. Faux show. Faux cheesy, my kneesy, lemon squeezy.
I can do the search right now. Hold on a second. If I'm looking for... Also. But I'm about to type in spiked gauntlets, and the first thing that popped up is spiked seltzer.
Yeah, that's practically the same thing.
It must be that. Oh. Okay. Oh.
What's up?
Wow. Oh, there's options on the internet. Okay, that shouldn't be too hard to get.
Well, bam, there you go. Look, check the box once already.
Well, the hybrid.
Okay, so what's next? What do we got? Black costumes?
Well, if the theme is Welcome to the Jungle, then it will probably be changed a little bit, maybe.
What do you think? Animal print?
I've even thought of a freaking military one that was just my style. You know what I'm saying? Not typical. Not what you typically do. Well, I guess you could, like you said, you could remake any act with any way, depending on what entertainer it is. But I had a military one in mind. It would go with a Welcome to the Jungle theme too. The way I was gonna. Oh yeah, I mean it's possible. Definitely. Especially with this, man. I got this new chip in my computer, so it can move a lot quicker. Or these new memory cards.
Nice, congrats.
Man, you know how that feels.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know how that feels when he did the little circle, the little loading circle. And you're like, man, like you trying to get something, you trying to export something before work. You ever tried that?
You're waiting on it. It looks like you're trying to connect to the internet through AOL.
You're looking and you're like, oh, okay, let me just get my stuff ready. It should be done by the time I get
Yeah. I feel you on that. You're totally, yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. Sitting there like, do I have enough time? It says I got 17 minutes. It takes me this long to get there. I got to get ready.
I'll come back in 15 minutes and hope it's done. Or I'll come back. Yeah, because, sometimes it speeds up towards the end. Yeah.
Every once in a while, they throw you for a loop. They're like, oh, yeah, you're good. No, you ain't. Don't trip.
It's like it's been saying that it was going to take 5 minutes for 20 minutes, dog. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, so I can, whatever act I need to fandangle, I can do it. Especially with this audio stuff I've been listening to. So I'll be able to this is me typing.
That is true. That is how you type. I like how consistent you type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you notice it's short?
Well, you got them long fingers, man.
It's like... Pause for a little bit. You go too long, you're going to start making mistakes.
Yeah, proofread it real quick. All right, cool. We're good.
There you go. Like I guess that was what they liked about typewriter. So you had to. I can't do that noise.
That was pretty darn good, to be honest with you. I was picking up what you were putting down. I knew what you meant.
Sounded like somebody just dove off the side of a boat.
I mean, sometimes that's what typewriters sound like. All right. So do you know what songs you use for this act?
Yeah, but that ain't getting revealed.
All right. No doubt. No doubt. How
That
many
will
songs
be
is it?
revealed.
How many songs is it?
The original act that I'm thinking of, the original act that I was thinking of was dang, there was a bunch of songs mixed in there. I went back and forth with them. I have to send you the audio, honestly. I have to send that to you because, man, and this was before I really knew how to balance everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, be careful because just turn down just a little bit just in case your speakers might come close to clipping.
Okay.
But it's depending on the environment and it's a good act depending on the environment.
Well, you made it. I believe it. You're one talented Mo Fracky, homie.
Thank you. You're one of the few Mo Frackies that understand me.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I look up to you. It's not just because you're taller than me either.
Come on, man.
What's up?
Come on, man. Come on.
Why you joke with me this way?
Thanks, dog. I appreciate it, dog. You're no short of some drops of talent yourself. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah. We were going to talk about my chains routine today, weren't we? Nah, we'll save it for another day.
Oh, I didn't get to see it.
True.
I only heard some dialogue.
Yep. I took the chains down already, so. Man, so let me see what we're doing in time. Oh, wow. Actually, this might actually just be the podcast right here. We might have just done creating an act from scratch or a birthday theme. I kind of like that, actually, believe it or not.
The thought process behind it.
Yeah. I kind of dig it. A little low-key, a little chill.
Oh, man. It would have been fun to have Juice on this one.
Well, I mean, where is he?
You want to see if he can dial in?
Nah, man. We're already keeping up at like 40-something minutes, I think. I mean, the people on the Patreon are already going to get close to an hour, so.
Yeah, if he dials in, it's going to be like another 45 minutes.
No doubt.
He's going to be like, have you thought of this? What about this?
Yeah, dude, that's what happens to me, man. I think of so many routines when I'm driving. Whenever I listen to music and stuff, like I always end up envisioning the scene to go with the song. Oh, man, it's like endless routines, bro. Endless routines.
Right there with you. I'm telling you. I'll be walking around and I'm like, man,
Some people just have to create, you know what I mean? I think that's one of the reasons why I like content creation, because it gives me a level of that out, you know? That release.
Simply put, it's satisfying making things.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Satisfying.
I mean, shoot, you put out music, Juice makes routines. I do everything because I'm just stubborn and hard-headed that way and need to give myself more work. But
shoot, Juice making music too.
Oh, no kidding! I did not know that.
He's transitioning to it.
Oh, wow. I mean, it kind of makes sense that Homeboy can sing, but
yeah.
I just didn't think that was his. You know, I figured it was just a hobby.
Yeah, I told him, I'm like, we need to do a duet, man. Come on. Well, we've both been telling each other that for a while, but we kind of play around with it, go back and forth.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Do karaoke and stuff sometimes, like that's, a start. But karaoke, man, that's a whole nother thing. Those karaoke songs don't usually sound like the main song because what they do is they remove the frequency that the vocals sit at.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get the stems. They don't get like the instrumental by itself. They don't get like the background vocals. All they get is the entire track. So what they do is they'll take that frequency that the human voice sits at,
okay,
and erase it. So the human voice is now gone from it. But unfortunately, what it's doing also is erasing other elements of those frequencies from other instruments. So that's why karaoke stuff sounds different.
Gotcha. That makes sense. All right, man. But let's go ahead and start wrapping up the show because if not, I know us, and we'll keep going for another 30 minutes.
Yes, we will.
So I do appreciate you being on the show. I'll say thank you again at the end of it. So for right now, shoot me your best and worst event of the week, homie.
Well, I think one of the worst events. Okay. I did a party on Saturday in Austin. I had two of them. One of them was booked last minute. So, and I don't know if you've met. Do you know a guy named Unique?
No, can't say I do.
Extremely talented dancer. Old school guy, but extremely talented dancer. Great performer.
Okay.
Incredible body isolation.
Got you. I'm feeling you.
He's great. He's great at what he does. So he already has a bunch to do that day. Big problem, right? He has a bunch to do that day, and we have one together, and that's the one that got booked last minute. So I had one before the one that him and I had. I think he either had one or two before that. He at least had one, and this party was like on one of those roads where you have to look out for the mailboxes, then make your turn right after the mailboxes, but there's no lights.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And you come to a fork in the road, look out for the tractor. Try not to hit any armadillos. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like one of those kind of roads.
I believe the technical term for that is bodunk.
Bodunk. So one of them there bodunk roads that I had to travel down. And
or an old country road, if you will.
You mean an old town road?
Oh, is it old time? All right, my bad. Oh yeah, it is old time. Town. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't stay up with the hip things, man. I'm disconnected from all that. I wait for Ace to play the hip songs. That's what I do.
Hey, you've heard rodeo, haven't you? I've played it there. It starts with that ding 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 ding. Rodeo, please let me know. You've heard me play that, right?
No.
If I take you everywhere, and then you wouldn't know how to walk. If I spoke on your behalf, and then you wouldn't know how to talk.
No.
Man, that jams. It's the same artist.
I can tell though. It is dope. I was jamming out to you singing it, so if that counts for anything.
He does it better. I'll tell you that much. I could take it all back. I never care about what you thought. It's a good song.
So we digress. So Bodunk Road,
and I get there. I talk to him, and I'm like, yes, my partner is on his way. He actually told me he was 30. So you get the cushion to arrive within an hour. So you get to arrive. There's no like you have to be there directly at 8. It's between 8 and 9 o'clock you arrive, and their preferred time will be said. So I prefer for you to be here at 8:15 because we need a little bit more time, but we don't want to go past too late. But they are informed that we arrive within the hour in which they book. So it was 9 to 10. I got there at 9:50 because I had a party before. He didn't get there till about 10:20, 10:30 because he had a party before and he had to travel across town to get there. It was about 22, 23 minutes from where I was. He was at least 30 minutes away when I was leaving where I was. And he had just got done with one. But the thing was, we were told like, yo, they booked last minute. Mm-hmm. So while we do our best to accommodate what they want, it was still last minute. And you should remind them of that if they're getting grumpy.
Yeah, no doubt, for sure.
So I get there and Unique is another 30 minutes away. These girls are drunk. The two outside are drunk. One of them.
Surely you just.
Surely they were not inebriated at one of these events.
Impossible.
Oh my word. So
It's unfathomable.
you know what I'm saying? I was in shock that she was wasted. But this the main one that I called, she wasn't too drunk, but it was a secondary number. They give you a secondary number. That secondary number
Was that like a secondary location?
No. It's in case you can't get in touch with the main person.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, if the main person's drunk, and at least 2 people are keeping an eye on their phones. So we I'm telling her that he's gonna be there 30 minutes late, and the one that I called originally was kind of cool, but the second one was like, she was like, you guys are already an hour late, and I didn't have there was no point in me trying to explain to her that no, I'm technically not an hour late. I arrived within the hour. If I arrived at 11, I'm technically an hour late. That's why I have between 9 and 10 to arrive there. But I wasn't about to explain that to her because she was talking like this, and I already know that she was drunk, and she like, so I let it go. I wasn't going, but she kept on like kind of pushing at it. And then I was like, well, he'll be here in 30 minutes. And I was like, there's nothing I can do. Then I tried to collect the booking. Long story short, they were confused on the booking. Them booking it last minute, made they obviously didn't read everything in detail, or else they would have known what I was supposed to collect when I got there, what we were both supposed to collect. And then they were saying like, oh, well, you're an hour late, so you really think we should give you this? And it's just kind of like, yeah, that's exactly what I think. I'm here. He's on the way. He is coming as fast as he can. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, the party's kind of winding down. And I'm like, oh, the party's winding down. So the other girl comes back outside. The first one that's not too messed up comes back outside. She's like, no, the party's still going. And I'm like, oh, it was winding down, was it? So Unique gets there, and he's a lot more like, he's a nice guy too, but he's a lot more like, look, listen to what I'm saying. This is what happened. This is what happened. This is why this is happening. And this is how this happened. Now I hauled over here, yada, yada, blase, blase. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, well, we didn't know about, and there's a certain arrangement and suggestion of at least how much they're supposed to tip you. But they got, like, everything was kind of confused because they messed the booking up in the first place. They didn't know what we were supposed to get each. They claimed they already paid some of it. And I was like, no, you didn't. You did not, because looky here on my phone, it says I still need to collect this from you. Yeah. Meaning, you never paid that. That's not how it works. This is for me. This is for me showing up. This ain't for your transaction online. 2 completely different things. So, and this might actually tie in to the best event, because after we got things situated, it was a really good party.
Which normally is the way it goes down.
Really? Is it? Because honestly, I don't think that I've had this kind of friction at a party. That kind of friction I more so meet at the club. I've never had that kind of friction at a party. So I didn't know if, how often.
Yeah. I've had it a couple times, but I mean, I've done, an endless amount of strippergrams, so.
Yeah, I'm sure you've done more than me. I was more of just an in-club dude, and I wasn't really doing them like that. I did a couple, but.
Well, it helps that I speak the Spanish, so that gets me a lot more strippergrams as well.
That makes sense. That would make a lot of sense. So,
a really good party.
Yeah, it was a really good party. That tied into the best, and the weekend was pretty nice, pretty good weekend. When I'm here, I work at the gallery or I'll do parties. So, Friday I was at the gallery. It was chill, I guess. It wasn't super busy or nothing. Yeah. Wasn't really going on, but Saturday would have been the day to go there anyway. And I had a pretty chill weekend after that little fiasco with how they were acting. And the main one that was giving me the most trouble, I was like, you know what? Come here. When we were inside, I was like, just come here. When I was done with her, that attitude left her body. It was gone. Out the window, through the vents, wherever it went, it wasn't there anymore. Sit down in this chair and let me do this. You good?
Let me take care of you the right way.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
No. I'm saying like you looking down like, you good? You okay? All right. Here, let me fan you down real quick. Like that kind of like every once in a while you just got to realize that. And I told him, I was like, look, I'm sorry about this, but you're about to get a really good performance from both of us. I'm just letting you know we're going to do our best to make sure that you're happy. And that's when coming to the resolution and then being happy. Like, sometimes you come to a resolution, but you won't necessarily be happy about it. But It's like, okay, we'll meet in the middle, I guess. No, they got what they wanted. They still got, they got exactly what they wanted. So they're fine. And that was kind of rare in my experience with anything. So I was just, left on a positive note. Came to that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, Playboy.
They both actually tied into each other, so they're both my events in one happenstance or one happening, I guess.
That's legit, man. Trying to think. I guess I'll stay on theme with yours as well. So I had a private party as well. Very last minute. Like literally, I was getting dressed to go up on stage, and boss man comes back there and be like, "Hey man, can you do me a favor?" I'm like, "Sure, what's up, boss?" He's like, "I need you to do this private party." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, no big deal." So I looked at the envelope. I was like, "Wait a minute. Oh, that's now." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, damn, all right." So go ahead, head out there. Ends up being an apartment complex that I couldn't get into, so I had to finagle my way to get into it. And then it's one of those things where you park, but then like you got to walk through 3 or 4 buildings. You know what I mean? Like not every building has a parking lot, if that makes sense. So I had to so I was like, hey, I called the lady. I was like, hey, look, like I hate to bug you. I know it sounds like you're having a good time, but I seriously cannot find this building. So you need to come get me. And then I was like, well, I'm at the mailboxes. And she's like, well, there's 3 different mailboxes. I'm like, well, dang. Long story short, we finally get there. I'm throwing down. And it just ends up being that typical awkward thing, man, where everyone's so nervous where they're just recording everything on their phone to the point where, like, when I'm even dancing on girls, they literally have their phone in their face in between me and them. And I'm like, I am 2 inches away from you. Like, how are you leaning back far enough and keeping the phone in between us? You know what I'm saying? And they didn't have the AC on, so it was scalding hot. I was drenched in sweat. And
this was this past weekend?
Yeah, this was Saturday, straight up.
And they didn't have the what?
Yeah, and then so I was already kind of like, and the lady, like I always take, we always get paid up front before we walk in the door because you never know what's gonna happen. So you gotta make sure you're taken care of. So she immediately was like, yes. It's for an hour, right? And I was like, I normally hate when they ask that because I feel like they're going to be sitting there watching the time, And I told them, I'm like, it's 45 minutes to an hour, dependent. Because really, honestly, you can't dance the whole hour. Like, you just can't. Like, it ends up becoming stagnant and kind of boring. You have to do a lot of things. The 45 minutes to an hour part is typically based on the pictures and the extra stuff that comes with it.
Yeah, but you can't. It's just, come on.
Yeah, but I had ladies that were like running out of the room, so I wouldn't dance on them and stuff. A couple ladies were like, I think what really gets me, and this might be like a little personal pet peeve of mine, is that when ladies don't want to participate, but they have no problem throwing somebody else under the bus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where they don't want you to dance on them at all, but they're the first ones to like push you to dance on somebody else. Does that make sense? I don't know. That bugs me.
It does, but I'm usually okay with that when they have money in their hand and they're putting it on me to dance for their friend.
Like, oh well, that wasn't the case at all. But Anywho.
Okay.
Um,
And then I get you.
but end up being all right because much like what you said, man, like I kid you not, they just when I like once I was done dancing and we were taking pictures and stuff, they were like, man, that was the most fun I had. That was amazing. Thank you so much. You know, blase, blase, blase. I was like, they had a blast. Like I took pictures and answered questions, and I think a couple of them were following me on Instagram before I even made it out of the parking lot. I was like, where did all this come from? Like you were not the same party that I walked into.
Yeah, that's
But
a pleasant surprise, I guess.
yeah, for sure. It was just such a great time, and you know they ended up coming to the club after because it was it was one of the few Latin parties where it was just the women. So you know, typically when you go to a Latin party, the whole family's there, so they're hard pressed to follow you back to the club. You know, by no fault of their own, but they got the kids, they got the boyfriends, the husbands, they got the grandpappies, so like they just can't. But this time it was just them, and yeah, they showed up about an hour and a half later. They were at the club like, hey, what's up? I was like, oh damn. So
that's what's up, man.
yeah, so it ended up being overall
awesome.
really, really great time. I enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. It was fun to be had by all. So a little bit of a downer during, but much like you said, it was a lot more fun afterwards. So yeah, that's my best and worst event of the week as well.
It's nice to feel that change of energy, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no doubt about it. But all right, brother, let's go ahead and put a bow on this one, man. Where can people reach you or find you?
Right now, at the moment, you can find me on Instagram at Heaney Train, HENETRAIN, or you can type in Mandingo Jones and the same profile will come up. On Facebook, you can find me as Mandingo Jones. Twitter right now, HEN3, and then the word train, all one word. I was also going to say, I mentioned this the last time, that my music alias, I'm considering consolidating my music alias and my dance alias together because it's all just who I am. So be on the lookout for me to make Mandingo Jones easier to find. So everything will be Mandingo Jones, more than likely. Right now on SoundCloud, as I say for the moment, you can find me at Heaney-Train. So HENE-Train. And you can also find Heaney Train on YouTube or just Heaney. But I'm going to consolidate all that, and sooner than later, it will be Mandingo Jones. There's my plugins.
All right, guys. You can catch me on Instagram, Cesar LaBare 7. And Twitter by the same handle. And then, of course, you can hang out with me live on twitch.tv/Jedi_EJ every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday mornings. But all right, guys, that is good to do it. Dingo, thank you so much for being on the show again, brother. It's always a pleasure to have you here, man. You, my boy. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
And with that, until next time, keep bringing the rain.
Judgments don't throw no stones. Oozing ice cream as loud as you don't. Airplane mode on tablets and phones. Caesar's crowd pleasers is now on. Caesar, the crowd pleaser. If you need to pick me up, ladies, we gon' change your demeanor. Caesar, the crowd pleaser. We gon' do a little dance, we gon' make the naysayers believe us.